What's up, everybody? Let me turn this microphone down just a bit. Hope all is going well. Um, Let me move some stuff around right quick and we'll get started. Let's see. Um, should have did something different, but I wanted to jump into. Make sure this output is not too loud. Hold tight. Hopefully, everything is looking good, sounding good. Yeah, we're 2 minutes in. I don't know why my computer's not updating. Anyway, we'll go and jump in. Want to say hi, everybody. What's up, Zach? Distressor. Let me grab one right quick. I'm trying to make sure this mic is not too loud. Uh, okay. So let's take a look. Here's my view. I wanted to show you guys the distressor and the benefits. Now I've already opened this up and kind of tweaked it, so this is kind of what it does. Let me bypass it right quick, and I'm gonna mess with the kick. I'm only gonna do it on kick and snare. You can, however, use this on pretty much anything. It's a compressor, but it's a very unique sounding compressor. Here's the kick without it. Solo it. And this is a live song I've been working on for the past few days, so hope the output is turned up a little bit. It's not a bad kick. I may wind up replacing it. I'm not sure yet. I don't like to, but there are a lot of bleed things going on, and it's not bad. It's usable. Don't know why it does that, but it does. So it's usable. So here's with the distressor, right? And I didn't really mean to gain it up that much. But it's a very unique sounding compressor. And what you have, and I can't use my hands, right? But you have, they call this the detector circuit, which you have a high pass filter, you have a mid boost, which means if you use the mid boost, it will compress that mid signal first. And then it has a link if you're going to use more than one of these devices, kind of like the hardware unit. The next section is the audio section, which means you can use a high pass to compress the things 80 hertz and up. It won't compress the things 80 hertz or below. So I guess frequencies above 80 hertz it would grab and not mess with the frequency below 80 hertz or 80 hertz or below. Then you have two distortion characteristics. One is even distortion, which is number two, and then odd, which odd is a little harsher and it sounds more like tape. So it just depending what the sound of you're looking for whatever you recording or device is, either will work just depending on your preference at that point. And I'm using a 6:1 ratio, so let's yeah, I got a little ghosting with this vocal. Let me turn the effects off. The effects. Okay, so again, here's without it. Let me gain match this right quick. And this is with it. All right. And all it's doing is kind of controlling the peaks, and it adds this incredible uh, compression sound to the kick, which kind of controls it, right? And you can really drive it however you want to. I'm just using it to kind of even out the kicks. Um, let's listen to it on snare. Um, let me see how we could do this. So the snare, let me switch that. Um, and I'm using pretty much the same way to control the peaks, kind of level out the snare, so the hits are more consistent. So this is without it. And let me show you this too. Remember I told you guys about the snare plugin I like for drums that are not recorded with bottom snares. Listen to this. This is without it. So that's the snare. That's what I was left with. And I love the sizzle from, and this is a free plugin too by Wave somebody. Let me see. Having a few problems for whatever reason. This is made by Wave's Factory, and it's called Snare Buzz. So it's a free plugin. Go grab it. Here's without it. Here's with snare that sounds flat, right? And here's with it. You can shorten it or extend it. And I wanted to sound as natural as possible. Now you can overdrive it. It has a parallel knob. I kind of like it right there. So here's what the distress is doing to the snare. This is without it. With it. I don't know why it's glitching like that, but I'll fix it once I figure out what it is. Okay, the snare. And the best way I can describe what this compressor does is it exaggerates whatever you're running through it. And that's totally dependent on how you set it for that particular signal that's coming into it. But I love what it does for individual instruments. And this is the first time I've actually used it this way. I normally only use the distressor on the overheads, and I compress the hell out of that. And then I mix, parallel compress or dry mix or whatever you want to call it, dry wet, and that's how I use it. But I'm actually treating the drums because I feel like they need a little help, some inconsistencies on the hits, and so I'm using this to kind of let me switch. So I'm using this to kind of settle or better, what would be called, level out the kick and the snare so the hits are a little bit more consistent. And it has nothing to do with the players. Well, I guess it does, but for me to mix, I think this does a great job of leveling out what's going through it. I use it on bass as well sometimes, but for me it's a must for drums. I don't even like the way drums sounds without it. So let's see. Let's go back to it. And again, welcome everybody. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to set up my YouTube page, even though I already have it, but I'm going to set it up so I can stream to both, and I'm working that out now. All right, so this is where we at. Without it, right? With it. So here's a kick and snare together. To me, it just pushes everything up, gives you more control. I think that's why I like it about it more than anything. It's a very unique distortion or usable distortion type plug-in, and it just pushes everything forward, and that's what I love. I've never mastered with it, but I do run it on different channels or separate channels, you know. But in this case, I am dedicating it to kick snare, and I do have it on the overheads as well. But the overheads, I'll tackle that another date. So let's listen to what this actual kit sounds like. Hope that's loud enough. Now I'm going to turn them off. And the snare, you almost just totally lose it, right? And the kick loses its so it's by unbypass it. Like I said, it's subtle, but in the mix, it really makes a difference trying to control the consistencies of the hits and stuff. Um, so there's my tutorial. They have various versions of distressors. I have about 5 of them, and it took me this long to find this one because this was not available. And to me, this is probably one of the closer ones. I had the Stephen Slate, I had Empirical Labs, and I know they make it. But for some reason, the UAD version is the one I like the most. And I have some third party versions too. They're not too bad, but I use it for different things. But for kicks, drums, this is my go-to. So on the down part is you have to have a UAD hardware to run into the UAD stuff. But you do have options. You can buy the Empirical Lab. It works on AU, AEX, VST, 2.3. So all your platforms. So that's my little tidbit for the day. I know I've been missing in action. I actually have been working. So thank God for the work. So I've been running around a little bit, and I want to come on and give you, just an example of some great plugins and how to use them. So God bless you guys. God bless. And I got to get that figured out. But God bless you guys. We'll holla. All right. Later. Now I don't know how to turn this thing off. I'm doing it from my small phone, the controller, and wow. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That crazy? Like and subscribe if you already haven't. There's a good chance. And I'm doing it like YouTube. You don't have to like and subscribe on Facebook. By you seeing this video, mean you're already my friend. Because I don't do videos open to the public anymore. I got tired of blocking and stuff. But I am setting up my YouTube here real soon. And so, and right now I'm just messing around. I love how it does. God bless you guys. We're out. And I seriously can't get out of this on this small controller. Wow. It won't let me end it. Wow. So how I get out of this?